next is not my fault.
Oh my God.
We have a brand new game.
I was trying to contain myself. Oh my.
Let's go option 1, not safe. These dudes are insane.
And Brandon keep killing it.
What's good? Is that Christmas music?
Is that Christmas music?
Is it still Christmas? It ain't Christmas time. It ain't Christmas time. Hold up. You like
That's
that?
it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Welcome to Uncensored.
That's it. Yo. What's good, creative fam? Brandon Washington here, and welcome back to another episode of Uncensored. Y'all, first off, shout out to everybody in the chat who's already going crazy. We see y'all. We absolutely love hanging out with y'all every single week. And I'm saying we because I got my amazing co-host, Mr. Jarrell Peak in the building.
Hashtag early gang.
Hashtag early gang for show.
How are you guys doing?
Hopefully they doing good. You know who I always see commenting super early? I gotta shout this out real quick because I see it almost every time. I've sealed.
AF Seal.
Bro, he is always so early. So
Yes.
Shout out to you for being here early. Almost always having like one of the first, if not the first comment.
Yes.
So shout out to you.
You want to know who the first was, though?
Who was the first? 'Cause my software not even picking it up. Giovanni?
Giovanni is the very first on YouTube.
Like Giovanni?
I think it's Giovanni. Well, no, not that same Giovanni.
Oh, it's not
different
that same
Giovanni.
Okay, different Giovanni. Okay.
But he said, "Sup, chat? Early gang."
Early gang in the building. Shout out to y'all. Look, you know what today is, right?
Today is not Christmas.
It's not Christmas. It is not quite New Year's yet.
Yes.
But you know what we are celebrating today?
What's that?
We are celebrating 1 year of Uncensored.
Dude, that's crazy.
We've been doing this for a year.
Dude, that's insane that it has been. Like, have we done 52 weeks?
Oh, technically we've done more than 52 weeks, which is wild.
Oh my gosh.
So just a quick little throwback for y'all who've been rocking with us for a while. One of the first episodes we ever did, and this is how it hit me that, oh my gosh, we actually passed a year.
Mm-hmm.
Was one of the first episodes we ever did was my wife was on the stream.
Oh yeah.
And we celebrated her birthday on the stream. She was the first birthday stream we ever did.
Dude, I remember that.
And that was on December 22nd. So we literally just crossed 1 year. Thumbs up in the chat right now.
Chat.
Thumbs up if you like the fact that we've been rocking for a year.
Chat, you got to go back and watch that episode. You got to find it. You might have to do some investigating, some digging, but go back and find that because we played a really funny game with Brandon on that episode.
Yeah. Dude, the show in general was so different back then. Like, the show has changed so much in the last year.
From what I can remember, you had done a video
Yeah.
where you were having her guess how much camera gear costs. And
Yeah.
so did she slip me some things to try to figure out for you to guess something what other stuff costs?
Yeah. I think we did dogs or something like that. That's what it was. It was it was like, how much do these dogs cost or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
But for everybody who is rocking with us right now, as you guys saw in the title, in the thumbnail, we are also celebrating the end of the year. Time has expired.
Yes.
Whatever you were going to do this year, it has to have already happened.
I got some time.
No, you have no time.
I got some time.
There's no time.
I got some time.
Time is up.
I got some stuff in my cart.
No.
I got some time.
I'm talking about the brands. Whatever camera you're dropping, whatever accessories you're releasing, 2024 is done. And so today we are here to crown the kings and queens.
All y'all gear queens.
All the gear queens out there. There's not a lot, but they be rocking with us.
Yeah.
They be rocking with us. And all the gear kings, everybody who's got gear acquisition syndrome.
Yes.
We are going to be celebrating what 2024 was this year and announcing the winners of multiple categories today.
Now, chat, listen to me. There's lots of people that do award shows and they give out their awards and blah, 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 blah. And they probably released them a couple weeks ago. But as we do on Uncensored, we are always the best. We are gonna kill it this year. Yeah, this is gonna be a beautiful episode.
Yes, I'm super excited about this week's episode. Shout out to all of our members popping up in the chat. We are looking at you guys. First off, thank you, Vinroy. He says, congrats on 1 year. Did I read that wrong?
Why was I about to call that man Venmo? No disrespect, Vinroy.
No.
We're just dyslexic on the stream.
Rarefaction Media says, happy 1 year, hashtag blah, blah, blah. Okay. I just messed with you. Hashtag Sony Gang.
I didn't see that for a second. Hold on, Brandon.
Yes.
Brandon.
Yes.
You know what I can say?
What can you say?
My most favorite international super chat giver.
Yeah.
Just gave us a super chat.
I see that, Adrian.
Let's get that rod.
Let's get that rod. He said, let's go for another 10 years. That's the plan, bro.
Dude,
we ain't planning on
crazy.
stopping. Hey, you know what's crazy, though? Because it is our birthday episode, I brought back some birthday super chats. You ready to get after it?
Y'all ready to dance?
Y'all ready to get after it? It's early in the morning, but we ready to get after it. Let's get after it. Let's get after it. Let's get after it.
Let's go. Red Bull. Hit us up.
Red Bull. Sponsor, baby. Hey, we got some more super chats that's got to come through the building, too, because
Adrian, thank you.
We're not just getting that raw from Adrian. We much appreciate it. But we also got one from RF Photography, super chatting $5. He says, congrats on 1 year of Uncensored. Hey, bro, we appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
We appreciate
Seriously.
that every single week. But you know who else is also in here?
We got the Shillin' Chief.
The Shillin' Chief himself, Mr. Cam Mackey, in the building.
Bro, if people missed last week,
oh my gosh.
You missed.
You missed a great show.
Because honestly, we don't even have a category. We should have created a funniest moment.
Yeah.
Funniest moment.
Yeah.
Bro, Cam Mackey, we are nominating you for the funniest moment on stream.
Unstream.
On Uncensored.
Drink some more Red Bull.
Yes.
Drink more Red Bull. Hey, shout out to Cam Mackey, bro. We appreciate you. Much love as always. But you know what time it is? Hey, it's our birthday episode.
Twerk for Cam. Twerk for Cam. You know he would.
Hey, shout out to you, Cam Mackey. We much appreciate you. All right. Today's episode is a jam-packed one. But before we get into who won what, going through the nominees and figuring out what camera ultimately won Camera of the Year, we do have to do a little bit of backup. Now, Cam Mackey, if you guys didn't know, last week, him along with so many of our guests, Portier, Brady, YC, and then all the amazing sponsors like Ecam, Core, Red, B&H, they gave away so much stuff. Almost to the fact that it was like, oh man, how are we going to give away all this stuff?
It was a little overwhelming considering it was during Christmas time, and most of that stuff we didn't even know. Like some of the stuff we knew, like the brands, but like when Brady and Cam and Justin and YC, when they all did all that stuff, we were like, oh my gosh, we got to take care of all this stuff. So with that being said, if you won something, all right, you should have received a DM from me sometime this morning. Go and check your DMs. But also, we are going to try to hook you guys up to your collective parties this week.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can get y'all stuff. So answer my DMs and we'll get y'all stuff.
Yeah, and also what's really cool is that one of the people who came in, Ecam, who helped us actually do some of the giveaways so we could reach our international audience, which is always the best because we do have a worldwide audience, which is pretty dope.
Worldwide.
We are worldwide. We getting that raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that raw.
Getting that raw. So, but Ecam was amazing enough to not only do the giveaway last week, But thanks because of you guys and all the amazing stuff that y'all do in this beautiful community, they have actually sponsored this week's episode, which is going to allow us to do some pretty crazy stuff going forward.
Now, you know we don't film just normal sponsorship videos, right?
Well, that's because we suck at them. So we want to say a massive thank you to Ecam for sponsoring this week's episode. And if you guys have ever wondered how we do all of this, like as you see, the camera switching. Hey, Jarrell, look at you.
Hi.
Hey, look at you.
Oh, wow.
How we pull all this off, it's all because of our amazing sponsor, Ecam. Yo, what's good, Creative Fam? This week's episode of Uncensored is sponsored by Ecam.
Brandon,
Yes.
we haven't always used Ecam.
No, we haven't. See, our last streaming platform didn't really measure up to what we needed. You know, like, how do you guys measure streaming platforms? Is it by feet? Is it by meters? Yards, maybe?
Maybe streaming yards?
Maybe. So we decided to definitely switch because we needed that higher quality.
You know, image quality is king. What can we do with that image quality?
Yeah, so with Ecam, it's fantastic because we can actually stream in full 4K. But not only that, you can also record everything that you're capturing, which means not only can you record all the individual cameras that you're using to live stream with, but if you bring a guest in, you could actually record their feed as well, which definitely comes in handy when it comes to repurposing that content.
Now, not just image quality, but also integrations. What does Ecam integrate with?
Yeah, so Ecam not only allows us to integrate the graphics and the sound effects, but also it allows us to integrate that directly into the hardware, which in our case, we use the actual stream decks. We use those to be able to press a single button and have graphics, overlays, all of that stuff happen. But it's not just hardware, it's also software.
Now, check this out. Not just image quality and integration, but also value. Talk about its value.
Oh yeah, so when it comes to pricing, there are a lot of different like streaming platforms out there you can use, but when it comes to the best value, I find that Ecam absolutely is punching way above its weight class. And if you use our code Uncensored, make sure you spell it right. Or technically spell it wrong, but spell it like this. If you spell Uncensored and you use that code, you will save 15% off your total purchase.
Thank you, Ecam.
Yes, thank you so much, Ecam, for sponsoring this episode and supporting the Uncensored show.
And before we leave, Brandon, hit that shwee.
Shwee!
No, you gotta start backwards.
Oh.
You gotta start backwards.
Shwee! Oh my God.
Oh,
Bro, why are you so dumb?
Dude, man, when we were shooting that, all I could think of was, why'd I forget his name?
Oh, which one?
Oh my gosh, how did I forget his name?
Speed?
Speed. Oh yeah, I show Speed.
I show Speed.
Shwee!
Hey, I think Logan's got the best slogan. I know there's some people from Ecam in the chat right now. This should be the new slogan for Ecam. More quality, less raw.
For less raw, let's go.
Oh my gosh. I love this community. You guys are dope. You guys are absolutely amazing. Shout out to you guys. But for real, we do have a link down below in the description if you want to check out Ecam. It's not just for live streaming. You can use it to actually record videos as well. So definitely make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
All right. Jarrell.
Yes.
Are you ready to piss some people off?
I don't know. Dude, Brandon, you put so much work into this. It is going to be a cut above everybody else, but I think we might make some people angry.
Yeah, I have a good feeling. People might be a little upset.
Yes.
But chat, few things. One, sound off. As you guys know, those of you who rock with us live, if you're watching on the replay, you can still sound off too. But the reason why we do this show live is because this whole show is a conversation. It's not just me and Jarrell sitting here yapping and then, editing it up and posting it as a podcast. We could do that, but we don't want to. We want to hear from you guys live. So that's why we do this show live. So do us a huge favor. Sound off in the chat your opinions. Also, to all of our members, just so you are aware, we did update the emojis so you can represent some of the nominees as we're going through. So if you're a member, hop into the emojis and start sounding off, posting which ones you want to represent. We got Canon gang, we got Panasonic, we got Lumix.
Brandon.
Did I say Panasonic and Lumix? What's
Brandon, can we take a quick moment of silence?
A quick moment of silence for who?
Lumix gang.
Yeah.
Lost one of their major representatives this week.
Ooh, who happened?
Big Cook no longer shoots Lumix.
No.
He sold it all.
No, he didn't. You're lying.
Lumix gang.
Oh my gosh.
That gotta hurt Lumix.
Oh, Lumix. If you can't hold on to Big Cook,
Seriously.
who you gonna hold on to?
Seriously, that man was a ride or die. Ugh.
Like legitimately. Like Big Cook gives me like I'll do a drive-by at a Canon facility energy. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, in that video, have you seen that meme where it was like the new camera and the old camera?
Yeah.
Of like, if you didn't love me when you had nothing.
Yes.
Bro, that was Big Cook. He loved y'all when y'all were nothing.
Yeah. Wow. That hurts. Sorry, Lumix gang.
Sorry, Lumix.
Oh, I just saw Preston enter the chat too. Oh my gosh.
He says we will survive.
I think.
I don't know.
I don't know, Preston.
know.
That's a big that's a pretty big that's a pretty big that's a hard one. That's a hard one. That's a hard one to deal with. That'd be like if Blazar lost Cam.
Or if Canon lost Jarrell.
Okay, well.
I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
But it ain't happening.
Oh
Kenneth.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I see y'all using all the emoji. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate that because that took me way more time than I wanted it to. All right, Jarrell.
Yes.
Let's hop into this. So I'm going to break down how we're going to run this show for everybody. If you're just tuning in, here's how the show is going to run. We have basically broken up this year because there was so much amazing stuff. Last year, I think I just did like my top 10 cameras of the year, right? This year, we decided to break it down a little bit more. So we have individual categories for a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
And so in each category will be different nominees. And so we will announce the category, sort of announce the purpose of the category.
Okay.
And then we'll sort of then at that point sort of share who the nominees are. Let the chat sort of talk about it. We will talk about it. We'll engage with you guys. And then we will ultimately tell you guys who the winner is. Some of these categories have clear-cut winners. But some of these categories were very, very tough.
We had some hard fighting this week.
Look,
a lot of back and forth.
I have never wanted to hang up on Jarrell before in my on the phone. But talk about a tough decision.
Hey, Uncensored gang, just know we went hard in the paint.
that is for sure. That is absolutely for sure. All right, you guys ready to do this? Hey, are you ready for this, Jarrell?
Oh, I can't wait for them to see the stuffs.
All right, so our first category is something that, it's very easy to just jump straight into cameras.
Yes.
Right? And trust me, we're going to get there. But for retention reasons, we're going to start somewhere else. But this is something that every filmmaker, I think, cares about. Film, or at least if you don't, you absolutely should.
You need to.
Yes, you absolutely need to. And that
because
is...
even the worst camera will look 1,000 times better with this one thing.
Yes, with this proper lighting. So we're going to be getting into our nominees for Best Light of the Year. For Best Light of the Year, our nominees are the Zolar Holman,
the light you've never heard of,
the Nanlite Alien 300Z. We have the Aperture Infinimat, and we have the Aperture 1200X. Now, Jarrell.
Yes.
We both went to NAB this year.
Yes.
We went together and we got a chance to actually hang out and see some of you guys. And what was crazy was that, yes, there were a lot of gear, but we talked about it back then, but Canon didn't really show up.
No.
Nikon had just bought red, so it was like super weird.
They had a t-shirt.
Yes. But one thing that did not disappoint was lighting. Lighting
100%.
was all over the floor. And so when we talk about these different nominees, first starting off with the Zolar, this was a light that every grip, DP, like everyone was saying the CRI on this light is unmatched.
In fact, I feel like people said their CRI was so accurate that it almost made everybody else seem like theirs was bad.
Yes.
Trash is maybe the word that was used.
Yes.
And the crazy part is I don't know about you, but we know of this brand for the cameras that they make.
Yes.
But I had never heard of this brand in terms of making lights. But everyone said you have got to find their booth. They got the best.
Yes. Now, not only but the problem was they had a pretty small booth.
Absolutely.
Because their camera brand, if you guys
Hard
don't
to find.
know, is Ecam.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's who sort of like, they're kind of like sister companies, almost like Aperture and Amaran are. But you know who has a massive booth every year? Nanlite.
100%.
And the Alien 300C was sort of their first step into something along the lines of a Nova, but at a slightly smaller design, full RGB, and it was a little bit more affordable. And so when we looked at Nanlite and we looked at like, you know, who else are we going to put on this light? The Alien 300C got put on this list solely because we needed a fourth person to be on this list. If I'm being honest with you guys. I'm trying to hype up this light, but Nanlite felt like they didn't.
It's hard to hype up. Like, Nanlite's great as a company.
Yes.
And
amazing budget lights.
Great lights.
Yes.
But didn't quite make the splash.
No, but you know who did make a splash this year?
Yes.
Aperture.
They absolutely did.
That's the reason why they are on our list twice. Now, when it comes to Aperture this year, not only did we get the Infinimats, which we saw at NAB, now finally, officially, for sale and shipping, as they can get them out, this was definitely new technology.
Yeah, it seems like this is going to be the future of lighting. And this isn't to hype them up, but when we went to the Aperture dinner and they began to describe how this isn't just a daylight balance light, but almost this idea of, let's say you have a car that is in a warehouse. Yeah. And you go outside and you take a picture of the road that you want, or find a picture of the road that you want the car to be on. It's going to take the lighting colors of not only the sky, but the grass and the sun and the reflection of the trees, and it's going to pixel map it to the infinity mat.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden you're going to get a true representation of the lighting, not just 5600. And literally, if that wasn't crazy enough, that thing is so bright.
Yeah, dude, I've seen it on a few sets from some Aperture ambassadors, like on actual film sets, and the amount of output that they're getting from this light is just absolutely insane.
They didn't call it environmental lighting, but I'm going to call it that because I don't remember what they called it. But
it
something of that.
It might have been kind of like environmental lighting.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't just release the Infinimat this year. They also gave us the 1200X, which introduced a whole new chipset that we've now actually seen them bring to, is it the 80? What's the small ones? The 80, I can't remember what it's called. They came up with like smaller lights now, like
I know what you're talking about.
And what's crazy is this new technology. It definitely feels like the future for Aperture.
Yeah.
Now, in
like that deeper integration with ProLight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you can tell they took the software and some of the hardware from ProLight and at what Aperture had already been doing with the Aperture, and they took a light like the 1200D and the 1200X, the 1200D, which was already a fantastic, powerful, incredible light, and they stepped it up, and it's not a RGB light, but it has the ability to produce some crazy colors. Yes, thank you, chat. It is the ADC. The ADC. So it's crazy what they're doing.
So chat, let us know if you think one of these four people won it, or if you feel like somebody else came out with a better light this year. Let us know in the chat.
Yes.
It's not going to change the result, but we want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy what they're doing. I'm going into the chat right now because I do want to pull up a few of you guys' comments on the light of the year. Ron seems to think the 1200X is going to get it. Ron thinks it's going to get it.
Who knows, Ron?
Who knows? I know. But
You
who
can
knows?
wait 30 more seconds.
Wait 30 seconds and you'll find out. Going through the rest of it. Now, Evan has an interesting take here. He says, new aperture gear isn't reliable. Their old stuff was awesome. You know,
Evan's very controversial.
Evan is very controversial. I haven't had the same experience, but because this is uncensored, we don't shy away from comments like that.
Yeah.
Also, Goodwin says, first time commenting, have always riding along silently. Is that right? Did I read that right?
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic.
Thank you, Goodwin.
We appreciate the first time comment. Shout out
Godwin
to
or
you.
Goodwin?
Godwin.
Godwin.
Goodwin.
God does win.
God does win. God does win.
God does it. He did
it. Andy says, yeah, I feel like the 1200X will take it home. Now, this is DM Colorist coming in, co-signing what we said about Zolar. Zolar is good, but they aren't big enough. And I think that's just the only issue. There's just not enough people who are talking about them, who know about them, and they didn't have a huge presence at NAB. It was always just like the super, and like I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but it was always like the super nerdy DPs and gaffers that I was talking to, who like were walking around with their what's that lighting meter thing I have? Circonic.
Yeah.
They were walking around with their Circonic, like measuring lights on the NAB floor, which is like crazy. But like they have them around their neck. Those guys were raving about Zolars.
Now, I would like to know this year at NAB, hopefully you guys are going. We'd love to see you guys.
Yep.
I want to know if the 1200X, how it compares.
Yeah.
Because it feels like the 1200X went otherworldly when it went to CRI and just its reproduction of daylight. So that'd be interesting.
Yes. Now, before we get into who our winner is, I do want to mention this one little honorable mention from DM Colorist. He says, Godox, I think, should have been in there. They have great reflectors and incredible output.
They had that one like moon dish, bro.
Yes. They had that massive light.
Yes.
I will say, as a honorable mention, Godox definitely is moving in the right direction.
100%.
I need more time with them because I'm just used to the cheap Godox lights.
Mm-hmm.
So I do need to play around with some of their more professional lights. But are you ready to announce who the winner is?
Pull up Cam really quick.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, what about budget light category? We're elitists here, Cam. We ain't got no space for no budget light. I'm just like
Cam is only asking because he wants the Cam Mackey Zhuan light to win. This man is shilling.
He want that Temu light.
No, you know he has his own Zhuan light.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he's working on his own Zhuan light, I think.
Oh,
is that public?
Ooh.
I don't know. But long story short.
Hey, send one out, Cam. Send one out. If you know somebody.
If you know somebody. I know you. All right, you ready?
Yes.
You ready for who won?
Drum roll, please.
All right, so officially the winner of the best light of the year, Jarrell. Are you drum rolling?
Mm-hmm.
It is your 1200X.
I want it to be my 1200X. Dude, I will say it was hard between this and the Infinimat.
Yeah.
The Infinimat seems like genuinely in the future we will light things differently. And when I say future, it might be next year.
Yeah.
Because they just haven't been out. But I am a raw output kind of guy.
Yeah.
Sounded weird.
It wouldn't be an episode if you didn't say something weird, bro. It wouldn't
Give me the 1200 watts, bro. Give it to me.
I will say this one was tough for me as well.
This man said not public.
Oh, whoops. My bad.
Dude, you just got some free press. Free press. Cam Mackey is not working on a light with a unknown brand.
Just shut up.
He is
let's oops.
This is why you come to Uncensored, folks.
Yeah, we'll cut this out. We can't. It's live. Let's keep moving. So, shout out to Aperture for winning Light of the Year.
Yes.
Very proud of them. But they're not the only category we have today.
Many
We
categories.
have many categories for you guys.
What do
today.
you guys think of the videos? Other people just be getting up and just saying, the winner of the year is blah, 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 blah. We got graphics.
We got graphics.
We got videos.
Yeah. Thank you, Drew.
We got categories.
Thank you, Drew.
Yes.
He's hyped me up because he knows I was exhausted working on this episode.
No hype. No hype.
All right. I'm ready to move on to something that Cam sort of alluded to. So I think it's a good time to go ahead and hop into it. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Our next category is for everyone who is looking to save a little bit of bread, but they're still itching for a new camera. And that is because it is time for our budget camera of the year. Now, in order to qualify for budget camera of the year, you actually have to be fairly affordable. We're not talking $3,000 affordable. We're not talking even $2,000 affordable. We're talking sub $2,000.
Okay.
And this is a camera that made waves not only because of what the camera was, but what the camera was for the price. So price is a big factor of this. So are you ready for the nominees?
I feel like we did this so long ago, which has only been a couple days, and I'm like,
You're like,
I don't
who
remember.
did we nominate? All right, let's hop into the budget camera of the year nominees. Budget camera of the year nominees, kicking it off with the Lumix GH7,
Not the Lumix I was thinking.
the Lumix S9,
Of the Lumix I was thinking.
the Fuji X106, and the Sony ZV-E1.
Sony made the list.
Now, look, I am sorry. There are so many budget cameras that came out this year. I already see Doc in the chat. He's like, XM5, where is it? It didn't make the list. Look, we're going to have 4.
Yes.
And it really did come down to us figuring out what made the biggest splash. Now, starting off with the GH7. I know I have my opinions about Micro Four Thirds
Yes.
and Lumix, but Lumix gang, y'all should feel represented. You're on there twice.
You should.
And that doesn't happen in most categories. It happened in the last 2, but like it doesn't happen it's not going to happen in a lot of categories.
Dude, I feel like it's pretty safe to say, in my honest opinion, the GH7 on this list, the GH7 is probably the best camera on this list.
I think spec-wise, I think you're 100% correct.
100%.
I think it is a fantastic camera. It obviously introduced this possibly going forward. We don't know yet.
Ari killer.
No, you know what's
Lutz.
fun? You know what
Lutz.
I loved how many Instagram reels I saw of people like, this is the brand new Ari GH7. And I was just like, bro, get off the internet. But you can definitely see that the GH7 was bringing some heat. But it was not the camera waking people up at 6 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the morning to go on walks around Japan. That is courtesy of the Lumix S9.
Hey, Cam, text Kofi right now and tell him we're talking about the S9 in a positive manner.
Kofi was here. I thought I saw him.
You saw him?
I might have saw him.
Your boya?
Your boya, is he in here? He was in here earlier. But I will say, the S9, for all the crap that I give it, it actually is a pretty solid camera spec-wise.
Brendan? Was it Brendan? One of our members?
Yes.
Dude, it's not just solid. Like, here's the deal. There's running jokes
Yes.
on Uncensored.
Yes.
This is true.
Yes.
But for respect, where respect is due, put some respect on Lumix's name. The S9 image looks beautiful. Beautiful. Like, especially and this is gonna sound like a kick 'em while they're down, but for the value, the cost, bro, I couldn't tell when we saw Brendan's imagery of with the Blazars, bro. I'm like, I couldn't tell it was an S9. Looked beautiful.
And I gotta say, the thing that makes it really interesting to me at least just selfishly, is a few weeks ago I did a shoot. I shot a short film, and we shot the entire thing on the Blazar Remuses, and we shot it on my Raptor X, which is not open gate, right? So we didn't get like full open gate, but the Red does have really good anamorphic support. It's a VistaVision sensor, fantastic. But I will say, after shooting with the Remuses on that short film, I did have the itch to start dabbling into some open gate. Shut up, Cam. Shut up, Cam. I don't want to hear I told you so. So for me, the question became, because I'm dabbling. I don't know. I've never done this before. What is the most affordable entryway to open gate to just play?
Is the S9 going to win?
The S9 is definitely up there.
It sounds like we are. I know that it was the end of which episode?
Which one? Oh, we listen and we don't judge. Yeah, I remember that.
Where you joked about buying an S9. It sounds like you've been waiting all year to let me know that the S9's in the closet.
You want to see? I was gonna wait till later on in the show.
Do you? No, you got one? Nah, he just playing. Oh my gosh! Hold on. I was about to say this man.
Oh my god!
Your boy is here. Dude, Kofi, you were this close to converting that man. Y'all be thinking I'm close to Sony. Bro, y'all don't know that I'll go to condo Sony, but I'm light years from Sony. This man is light. This man is light centuries from the S9.
Oh, I love you guys. No, legitimately, I do think that the S9 would be a fantastic entryway into open gate. But I'm done glazing. It's time to move on, because we did have other nominees on this list.
Yes.
We also had the Fuji X100 X100VI,
which probably outsold every camera on planet Earth.
Yes. Immediately becoming just out the wazoo oversold.
Or maybe they didn't sell more units, but just wasn't available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know. B&H, they definitely broke the record. I'm pretty sure I saw this saying that it broke the record for the most cameras sold in the shortest period of time.
Wow.
Which is absolutely insane. So, that happened.
Yeah.
But then we also, did we? I don't even remember. I'll be honest with you guys. This next camera, it was close between it and everything else. Everything else is just kind of like
the people already sounding
floor.
off in the chat of being like, it has to be the Sony. It has to be.
Who's saying it has to be the Sony? Because
34 Media.
34 Media, I'm so sorry to break your heart. Look, the Sony ZV-E10, while a great budget camera, it only really made a splash, in my opinion, if you were, and this is my opinion, so, I'm allowed to have it. If you were already in the Sony ecosystem and you were looking for that budget vloggy style camera, that is where this camera basically sat.
Yes.
And unless you were in that Sony ecosystem, I feel like all of the Sony ZV-E10, ZV-E1, like those cameras they're going to continue to sell. But yeah, it's just like at that price point, it's just, I think it's great, but only for Sony shooters.
Sony, I have my eyes on only one Sony camera, and it's the FX3 Mark II. Outside of that, all this is snooze to me.
You know what? I'll take your camera. I'll raise you one. The camera that I'm actually the most excited for is the FX6 Mark II. But I don't really even want an FX6 Mark II. What I want is something between the FX6 and the FX9.
Mm-hmm.
Just forego that, or some type of hybrid of an FX, like a better bodied FX3 possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But
how did we wander into the non-budget?
I don't know. Sorry. Let's get back on track. So to recap, our nominees for the best budget camera of the year:
the Ari Killer,
the Lumix GH7, also the make you want to wake up at 5 a.m.
S9.
Yes. we have the highest selling camera of the year, the Fuji X106.
Yes.
And we got that thing that Sony came out with. And so the winner for budget camera of the year
What do y'all think, chat?
goes to chat. Sound off. Sound off. Who won it? Who won it?
It's the hottest camera.
I will say, Lumix gang. I know y'all probably felt like a balloon that got blown up for
what do
15
you-
minutes and then deflated.
What do you when you
Where you gas them up.
yeah,
And
but
then-
there's a term. There's a term.
What is it?
I can't even remember.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm gonna say, I personally think I stand by everything I said about the Lumix.
Yes.
I think that the Lumix GH7 is the best camera on this list.
100%.
I think the S9 is the most interesting camera on this list. But what do we always say? Are you talking or are you buying?
Money talks, bro.
Money talks. And there's no way in this budget category you could not give it to the camera that literally outsold every other camera. And to this day on B&H, it still says out of stock.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this camera came out in March, bro.
Doc said it's gaslighting.
Gaslighting. I'm not trying to gaslight my Lumix gang.
I love you. I love you.
I love y'all. Look, oh man, they're leaving the chat. Lumix gang is left the chat.
No. Cook left you. We didn't leave you.
Yes, we
were never with you. We're just playing Lumix gang. Brendan knows.
Oh my
Brendan's
god.
fair, bro.
Yes. Look, you can't argue with the sales numbers.
Yes.
It's fair enough. Look, Brendan, I'm right there with you. It's not the we had to make decisions.
Yeah.
And some decisions are more logical than feeling based.
And Cam Mackey, the DJI Pocket 3 is great. It just didn't come out in 2024.
Yes.
It is great.
Yes. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't make that clear. All the nominees came out in 2024.
Yes.
Or it happened in 2024.
Yes.
All right. Jarrell,
Yes.
how you feeling?
Feeling great.
Feeling great? All right. This next one,
I don't know. How do you feel like we're doing so
chat,
far?
let us know.
How do you know? Do
Are
you
you
think
guys
are we selling right now? As the youth say, are we selling?
What does that mean?
Like when you suck, when you're like doing bad.
Oh, selling is bad?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have not thought that.
Like it's like almost like you're throwing the game.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think we're cooking. That's what
We're
they say.
cooking?
We're cooking right now. Where you at? All right, here we go.
Kenny King.
Our next category is a great one. This is all about the stuff that we need to make our lives just a little bit easier as filmmakers.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and just run the nominees.
I
Ready?
love this category.
Let's run it. This is the Best Accessories of the Year award. Starting off with our nominees, the DJI LiDAR Focus System. We also got the Mofash Poco system. Axon's 4K wireless transmission system. And the small rig potato jet tripod.
Oh, dang, that got like 2 seconds. Not you.
Look, when it comes to accessories, this was the hardest category, I think, to do because there are so many. There's so many accessories.
There could have just been a tripod.
Yes.
There could have been just the wireless.
Batteries.
There could have been just
Yeah,
There's
so many options. And so to keep this show from being, 5 hours long,
we only picked the brands that sponsored us. Hey, to be fair, none of those people sponsored us.
Oh,
We're
God.
uncensored.
That's such
It was just a joke.
That's such a good joke. Oh my gosh, that's such a good joke. Fantastic. Look, I don't think when I look at the accessories this year, I'm going to make it very clear. I'm going to keep this one really short, Jarrell. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah.
There was only, there's a lot of accessories on here. The Accessory, fantastic, 4K 60 wireless transmitter, all great.
Yes.
Also, it was amazing what Poco did with the drop-in ND filters, being able to go to PL and have multiple different attachments. We talked about it on our day before Christmas episode.
Yes.
Where we talked about how that's like one of our favorite accessories of the year. Also, let's be honest. Anytime we see creators moving into the physical product space, it is always amazing. We always want to see them succeed because we think it's like they're going to be creating stuff that's for us. Now, granted, I know that Potato Jet has had a little bit of rocky roads kind of starting off this tripod, but what I love is that he says, okay, this is the first step. Test it. Give us real feedback.
Yeah.
Let's tweak it and make it better. But
he's doing something different.
Totally different.
Like, I mean, I'm sure they could have done a tripod where it was just like every other tripod,
Yes.
and it works and you know exactly how it works.
Yes.
But he's pioneering something different. So I do hope that there's a version 2.
Yes. I'm expecting to see a version 2, and I'm expecting to see this technology continue to get better.
Or even like a 1.5.
Yes.
Like, it's not like released as a brand new thing, but just as a tweaked.
Yes. But what we do know is that there was one accessory that made a splash that actually has opened up an entire category for other people. It opened up lenses in the cinema and in the anamorphic space that allowed people who never thought they'd be able to pick up cinema lenses and use it with their camera. They're now doing it because of the DJI LiDAR focus. So I'm not going to waste you guys' time on this one. The winner is very clear.
You know what's crazy about this one, Brandon?
What's that?
Oh, my gosh. I will say this one is the winner. And my due date to buy this piece of equipment was in 2024, by the end of 2024. Gosh, I told you there's a few things in my cart. It's hard to pull the trigger, but I know I need to.
Yeah, it is a fantastic piece of technology. I will say, as someone who used it, I do think the version 2 will be amazing. They need to figure out the workflow, because anytime you're working with new technology, you don't know exactly how people are actually going to use it, how it's going to integrate on set. And so I do think that there are some room for improvement with it, but it is a fantastic accessory. And I do think that anyone who's looking at picking one up, you're going to be happy with it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hopping into the chat for just a few minutes. I know. We didn't get into the chat before this one because this one was pretty cut and dry.
This was.
But it looks like a lot of you guys are agreeing. Kevin, back in the building. Good to see you, Kevin. He says he agree. RJ said, yeah, it's easy. This is one of those things. Andy says DJI takes it. Like, it is, when it comes to the accessories this year, there's not a lot of innovation that we get a chance to see in the world of technology when it comes to accessories.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing it slowly bleed into batteries, like what Core's doing with the Snap batteries.
For sure.
Or we're seeing it now with the tripods, what, Potato Jet is doing with Small Rig. So that's really cool. But I don't think there was an accessory that hit the market, immediately sold out. So when we talk about it, are you talking?
Yeah.
Are you buying? People still haven't got some of their DJI focus LiDARs yet. So it's definitely one of those products where it's like the market and people's wallets voted louder than just people talking.
Yeah, absolutely. When we saw it at NAB, I remember feeling a little uneasy. Like, I wonder how this is going to work. I wonder how this is going to work out. And then even when reviews came out, just so many like things to tweak. But for the most part, just such positive reviews about this, even by people that weren't sponsored to talk about it. Like, you had an opportunity to use it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to testing it out on those Nices.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be. I think you got to figure out how it works within your workflow, and then you'll have a good time. Q coming in. that Carlos?
Yeah,
Why
it's
did you
Carlos.
say Q on it?
I don't know. Maybe he changed his name.
You changed his name on YouTube. All right, shout out Carlos. Who's now
Unless
Q.
somebody has put Carlos's picture.
They also
on
became a
their-
member as Carlos. I doubt it. I strongly
They
doubt
just
it.
changed their face. Their-
But Carlos says, does the DJI LiDAR work with the DJI monitor to make it easier to see the tracking and critical focus? So this is where I personally have the issue. It kind of works with the DJI monitor, but not in the way that you really want it to. It doesn't send the direct video feed, and it does like this weird like on camera like overlay to try to let you see where the light are. It's like doing like almost like a light mapping
Gotcha.
thing. But when you think about the price of the DJI monitor and you think about the price of the actual like LiDAR system,
Mhm.
especially the Pro combo that comes with the actual deal,
Or 1900.
it's you just wish there was a little bit better integration. And so
Yeah.
that's why I say for me, I can't wait for it to get just a tad bit better. But I think that'll maybe come in version 2.
Primarily, like you want to be able to see what the LiDAR sees. Is that correct?
Yes, and more so
Instead of on that tiny screen.
and that's really it for me. That tiny screen, and when you're using your camera, you're constantly doing this. Like you're looking at the LiDAR screen and you're looking at your framing and you're going back and forth. And it's built and marketed as a tool that is for the run and gun one-man band.
Mhm.
But it felt to me that it works best when like you have a first AC actually using it,
Mm.
which is where it kind of fell in this like weird space for me. So that was
Yeah.
just my own personal opinion. But
You just almost gotta like. It feels like for me, just something that you just gotta almost have to trust. Like if you use autofocus in
Yeah.
a shoot, you're in a lot of ways just trusting
Mhm.
your camera's autofocus to hit it. And if it doesn't, you're like, hey, let's run that back.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like it's similar with the DJI LiDAR that if you're trying to frame and compose, you can't really be in two different areas at the same time.
Right.
You almost just got to trust that it's going to do its job.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, got to give a huge shout out.
What?
New member.
What? It took you long enough, Marcus. I'm just playing.
Shout out to Marcus, who just became a member.
Let's go.
Marcus, you get a chance to have access to all those cool new emojis we put in. So make sure
Yes.
you represent. Shout out to you, Marcus. We appreciate that.
100%. Thank you, brother.
All right, Jarrell,
Yes.
we're moving.
Yes.
You ready?
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Now, this is the one that I'm sure is going to piss a lot of people off. This next category is one of the categories we needed to sort of break everything down a little bit. And so this category is for cinema cameras.
Okay.
But specifically cinema cameras in the freelance world.
Yes.
So if you're smart enough, you probably realize that means there's probably a higher tier batch of cinema cameras that
This
are
is
coming
not
later.
the Alexa 265.
Not yet.
This is not that.
This is going to be the best cinema camera of the year for us mere freelancers. So, the nominees for best freelance cinema camera of the year. Starting off with the Pixel. We also got the Canon Fan People's Champ, the Canon C80. Also, the Red Komodo X at $7,000. And the Canon C400. Now, Jarrell, I'm going to be honest here, because this is already going to piss people off. I know we're supposed to go in order,
Yeah.
but the only reason that the Red Komodo X made it onto this list
Yes.
is because, as far as I'm concerned, the Red Komodo X at $7,000
Yes.
and at $10,000 are two totally different cameras.
Same features, two different cameras. You know what I'm excited for, Brandon?
What's that?
We talked about this episode on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday? I'm experiencing this for the first time
'Cause you
because
don't
I do
remember.
not remember what we picked. I have the legend. Like, I can go back and look through the pics, but I'm experiencing this just like you guys.
Now,
we fought hard.
we did.
We fought hard, but I don't remember.
Now, the other cameras on this list actually came out this year.
Yes.
The first one being the Pixis.
Yes.
Now, this is Blackmagic's finally entering the ring with its box camera. But the Pixis did have a little bit of some shaky ground at the beginning. It was taking a while to ship.
Took forever.
Yes, but it made a lot of sense when it finally did because, one, they were able to drop the price on the cinema camera.
Yep.
And so that got a lot of people into the Blackmagic world. Also, we got the ability for a new monitor to come out in that time period, which, as far as I'm concerned, changes the entire use case, the value, the functionality, and greatly improves the overall value of the Pixis.
Sometimes I feel like when companies are late on things, there's like issues and problems. It sounds like they were innovating during this time. They got the feedback from the people at NAB and from the people from Cinegear and all sort of different deal, and then they made the corrections, which is dope.
Yeah, they absolutely took their time on this. Now, we also got 2 cameras from Canon on this list.
Yes.
Now,
you remember the last time there was 2 people on the list? Aperture?
Well, we shall see. But the first one on the list is the C80. Now, I'll be honest with you. The C400 came out first.
Yes.
And at the price, just destroyed.
Yes.
Just destroyed.
Yes.
Expectations. The camera does it all.
Yes.
And just when we thought that Canon had, put their best foot forward, they then a few months later give us the C80, which is a full frame version of the C70.
Yes.
You ironically called it.
Yes.
Called the specs almost to a T.
Yes.
You called the specs so well, Canon called me.
Who's your source? No, you know what's so crazy about this?
What's that?
Bro, we just want to let you guys know, brands, employees, people that know stuff, if y'all want to leak stuff to us, we'll listen. We won't throw you out under the bus. We won't say it was from you. But after that episode, I had several people hit me up in the DMs and be like, bro, that was so close. Just wait. So close. Just wait.
Yeah.
And so thank you guys for confirming. And bro, the C80, in my opinion, came out of nowhere. We were just talking.
Yeah.
Talking. Up to that point, we didn't really know anything. We had heard rumors of rumors.
Yes.
But like when we were just talking about like what we would want out of a camera, it wasn't like, someone had told us it's coming out tomorrow or whatever. But bro, that C80 was silent but deadly.
You know what was also crazy about it? At least what I found crazy about this year.
What?
I know, because we've been doing this show now for a year, right? And throughout doing this show, we've gotten a chance to talk about a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of people reach out to us.
Yeah.
You know what's my favorite thing that I'm taking away from this year? I know who the good sources are. Because I know who's been accurate and I know who hasn't been accurate. And so I'm locked in with those who've been accurate. So I appreciate that.
Gary's in the chat.
I saw her.
Gary's in the chat.
Gary in the chat.
Let's go.
She says, what do you like most about it, RJ, with the Pixis? I guess she's talking to somebody in the chat.
I think about the Burano.
Yeah.
Or no. RJ said he shot with the Pixis last week and he's going to buy one.
Now, we do need to bring up.
Let her know.
We do need to bring up this super chat coming in from Mark Taylor. Says, Canon finally came out with 2 cinema cameras we've been waiting for, but Jarrell was a huge Canon fanboy. You bought the KX. Why?
Dude, Mark, are you a first-time super chat? First-timer? Do we know a Mark Taylor? Do we know Mark? Welcome, Mark. If not, I'm sorry. I just don't remember your picture.
Super chat.
So I have explained this on a few episodes. I have all of my Canon stuff still. I still have my 5D Mark III. I still, have my C70 and my R6 Mark IIs. For me, it wasn't an abandoning of Canon, Kenneth. It was not abandoning Canon. It was opening up into new arenas, new ideas, new opportunities. And so for me, the KX, the red camera, ever since Marquez Brownlee, bro, shot on a red 10 years ago, bro, that seed has been planted deeply inside of me. And so it was an opportunity to get my dream camera, got it. And I will say there's a very good shot of a C80, probably not the C400, but the C80 in my future.
All right. Well, we have made the case for every camera. I guess we didn't really talk that much about the Komodo X, but you just kind of did. So
the KX, glory. Like I don't remember if it won or not, but it's the best camera on this list. Who was the first camera?
I don't remember the order, but it was I think it was Pixis.
Oh yeah, no. I was just making sure we didn't leave off somebody crazy. The KX is the best camera on this list, minus autofocus.
Yes.
Like,
so Jarrell, are you ready to announce who the winner is? Because I know you don't remember, but I find it funny that you don't remember because I also remember why you argued this point. Are you ready? So for the pick of best freelance camera of the year.
Let's get hype. I win no matter what. Let's go, baby. Dude, but like I felt it in my soul. It's the best, bro. It's the best camera on this list.
You know, the only thing that when we went back and forth, because it's funny that you don't remember any of this, but you also
I remember the argument.
Yeah.
I don't remember the points. It's like arguing with your wife. We were fighting. What were we fighting about? I don't know.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I actually went back and forth between the Pixis, the C80, and the Komodo. And
Yes.
I think the C400 for me was the first one I took off the list.
Mm-hmm.
I tended to agree with the decision of it being the Komodo X, only because, as I said at the top of this whole discussion, I believe that the Komodo X at $7,000 is a different camera than it was at $10,000.
Yeah.
And the fact that it wasn't a sale, it is the best image quality that you can get on this list. And that it does drastically change when we talk about being a freelancer. This drastically changes where you sit in the freelance space, because the Komodo X is this type of camera that you could take to go do a one-man band type job, but you can also leverage it to get yourself on some of the biggest sets, which I have personally done.
Yeah.
And you can, as a freelancer, play in both worlds. You can go big, high end, but you can also do the one-man band stuff. And where, yes, I think the C80 is a fantastic camera and has amazing specs and does all these great things.
Yeah.
The same with the Pixis. I just believe as a freelancer, and I'm not telling anybody to go out and spend $7,000 on this camera, but what I am saying is that as a freelancer, my job, my business changed in a way that I can't really articulate well enough when I stepped into the world of red.
So listen, like we're going to say this like because like terms like the best will be thrown out, like everything else is trash. And that's not what we're saying, especially for any of these cameras. Like I think a lot of people would be hard pressed if given an A/B of any of these cameras to be like, oh my gosh, like this camera is obviously the better one. This one's obviously the trash one or whatever. So I would say the Pixis, if you've got $3,000 to spend, buy the Pixis. You're not going to have any problems with the Pixis. C80, you got $5,000, spend the $5,000, especially if you need autofocus, because the Pixis and the Komodo X ain't going to have autofocus. The C400, to me, so crazy because it's just at that price range. And I know that sounds funny with the Komodo because the Komodo is going to cost way more than the C400, even though the Komodo is cheaper, but the accessories are going to be more. the C400, when it came out, it's a little unfair because what we were thinking about value at the time was the Burano and the C500 Mark II.
Yeah.
Like, the Canon dropped a camera that was half the cost of the C500 Mark II and a third the cost of the stinking Burano.
Right.
So, like, it's a little bit unfair because both the Komodo and Pixis and the C80 reset the market.
Yeah.
They reset the market in terms of value and specs and price. But I will say this. Unless you're just a red hater, you're going to be hard pressed to get a better quality. If image is king, if it's king for you, you're going to be hard pressed to find something that looks better on this list.
Yeah, 100%. Now, Brendan, sorry, I just read it as my name. Brendan says, are these based on sales or feature sets? This
Combo.
is based on me and Jarrell arguing on the phone for 2 hours.
It's both, because we said freelance cinema. So part of that is the value, like, because obviously you could freelance on an Alexa Mini LF. You could, but like, so most of these have some sort of caveat.
Yes.
Like, if we say best light, it is what we believe is the best, regardless. Well, maybe not.
It's
of 2024.
Yes, of 2024. And it is, we are looking at each of these within the category.
Yes.
So
budget camera, we're looking sub 2,000
price,
and feature set.
Right.
And then best freelance cinema camera, we are looking at value and feature set.
Yes.
So both.
100%. All right. Now, let's hop into Jarrell's favorite category. Look, I don't even really want to waste a whole lot of time on this category, but I'll let you do your thing. You want to call out the nominees on this one?
Sure.
All right, here we go. This is our next category.
And the nominees are...
You gotta say the category.
Camera Brand of the Year. And the nominees are Nikon/Red, Canon. We got that Black Magic Mafia gang. And we got the Fuji and Fujinons. Alrighty. We want to know before we even say a word, who do you think is who do you think is the brand? I already got Canon on my brain. There's only one answer.
Camera brand of
the year. Who won this year? Now, I want you to think about, I'm just saying, I want you to think about impact, okay? Who had the biggest splash of the year? Who longevity, the LeBron James Award, like, who carried that impact for the longest period of time?
Stop it. I know what you're doing.
No. I'm just saying. No, I'm giving them some parameters. Like, I want you to think who came out with the best stuff this year. I want you to think about who sold the time. I just want you to be thinking. Don't be brand loyal here. Just be thinking who the best music.
Look, this category, when we look at who did what this year, it wasn't just, talk. It was actual moves.
Yes.
And so when we looked at the brands, the first thing we had to do was figure out who qualified.
Time out.
What?
Sony wasn't on the list.
Well, that's what I'm about to get to. Look, there's a few brands that didn't make the list.
You took away my XL.
What do you want? Oh, you want shots fired? What you want?
Shots fired.
Look.
Blah, 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 blah.
Look, when it came down to the nominees, we had to look at who made waves this year. As we talked about, Fuji sold the most cameras. Nikon and Red probably had the biggest news cycle splash, and then price drops that took everybody by storm.
Did you say Nikon Red?
Yes.
Yes, and the merger.
Yes.
Yes.
Canon released more cameras than I think anybody did this year.
Yeah.
And of relevance, actual relevance. And who was the other person on the list? Canon. Oh, Black Magic. Black Magic.
The Pixis.
Dropped the
and
Pixis.
the 12K.
And the 12 and the Ursa 17K.
Yeah.
Cinema.
Yep.
So we did see some big moves out of them.
Did we?
But I think it's very clear. Obviously, the fan people are loud. I gave one of them a freaking microphone. But I think when you look at the camera brand of the year, it is, well, it's quite clear.
We the best music.
Oh my God.
Dude, chat, I didn't have to fight. We had a long conversation, but bro, all those things that I was saying before, like, it's like, Brandon, really? Bro, this was Canon's year. This is the Canon year. Other people did incredible things. Hold on. We got to glaze a little bit. Everybody did lots of 2024 was in my memory one of the most insane camera gear years in a long time. We have never, not never. I'm just talking. We ain't never had this much droppage, rumors of rumors, cameras, companies going at it with flagships. All over crazy. This year was crazy, but there is a clear winner. I know that Canon started off the year weak at NAB, but man, they finished strong.
I'll give you that. I was definitely nervous at NAB. I was like, nothing, and then you know what? You know what it felt like. I might have made this reference before.
Yeah.
But it felt like NAB was when push-ups came out and it was like drop. Like that was us after NAB, like Canon, do something.
Yeah.
Drop. And then they were like, they not like us. And dropped mad cameras all year long. So
now I see some hate and we're gonna call it out. Evan the cameraman. We see some, because this was a point that Brandon brought up. Are we awarding them for just catching up? Okay, so let's dive into it. Okay, let's slightly dive into it.
Hold on, I want to make it clear. I did make this point. Like I validly was like, look, are we giving them brand of the year? Because let's face it, Canon was behind.
Okay.
They were far behind.
Whoa.
Yes.
That might be a little glaze.
Are you kidding me?
Far.
Have
we not been mirrorless for 5-6 years?
No. We're not just talking about that. We're talking about you had an R5 that was way overheating, causing a lot of people problems.
Oh, firmware updates.
Get off of it. You have a C70. You have a C70.
Had to switch to the wide.
No, I'm talking. You had a C70, which was fantastic.
Best-selling camera of all time, Canon.
No.
Yes.
For Canon, maybe.
For Canon.
Yes, but you're talking about a bunch of cameras that were way outdated. Now,
Get out of that DGO sensor. People still love it.
Hold on. I'm trying to give you your presents, but you Canon fan people are mad annoying.
We're greedy, bro.
No,
we're greedy.
This is what the argument was like on Tuesday.
I'm still shooting on the C70.
Oh my gosh. So tell the people, why outside of just catching up do you think Canon still deserved camera brand of the year? So
first, the parameter is what happened in 2024, Evan the cameraman. We are not going back to what they didn't do in 2023, 2022, 2021. We can agree with you that Canon was slightly behind, not way. Slightly behind. But what we can't do is we can't like literally say Canon didn't invent a camera in 1959. So blah, 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 blah. They can't win in 2024. No, they won in 2024, dog. That's why it's not just about catching up. We look at the cameras that they dropped this year and tell me something that hits harder than the R5 Mark II. Tell me something that's hitting harder than the C80. It ain't coming from Sony. Tell me something that's hitting harder than the C400. It ain't the Burano. All right, I'm done.
This man.
That's why. That's why, Kevin.
I will say, you have to give respect where respect is due, and I think Canon definitely did a good job this year. Also, I want to take a moment to shout out this super chat that, oh man, where'd it go? God dang it. I had it. There it is. This super chat that just came in. You want to read that one off?
Yes, it says, from Creativity and the Creative. Last week was my first time with you guys and glad to be back to support some of your winners I'm already here for and great confirmations for me. Hashtag good company. Hashtag good people. Let's
Hashtag
go.
Let's party. I'll let you. This is going to be a double celebration. Celebration for the super chat and celebration for Canon winning brand of the year. Shout out to you.
Y'all can win everything else. I'm good. Let's go. Canon.
If y'all wondering why there's balloons, it's because we are celebrating our 1 year birthday of Uncensored. All right. I want to change things up for a second.
Okay.
So this is not a category.
Okay.
This is something that we sort of talked about.
Great.
And it was going to be a category, but I felt like we're going to just be too far off on this. So what we want to hop into, guys, is this is going to be the most uncensored portion of this episode. This is the flop of the year.
Brands, you can log off now.
Yes.
Leave the chat.
So if you are a brand,
come back in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, come back in about 15 minutes because this is the flop of the year. Let's get very real here. So, Jarrell, the way I position this,
you go first. I'm still rotating my flops.
Okay, so let me put it very clearly how we came up with these flops of the year. And chat, don't let us be alone. Hop in the chat and let us know for you what was the flop of the year. The way I looked at flop of the year was something of high expectations that seemed to not reach those expectations in a miraculous format.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still drinking? Because I don't want you to spit that out when I say this.
I almost spit it out when you said that.
For me, the flop of the year has to be the Canon R1. Look, I know that's gonna be
flop of the year. You don't feel like it's too soon?
No, I don't, because the year is over. So here's the deal. The reason why I call it the flop of the year is because when you look at expectations and you look at what we got, as far as I'm concerned, in the world of Canon, and I think it's only the flop of the year because Canon did so much. The R1 becomes the flop of the year because, first off, in the year that Canon released all their great stuff, they had one camera that they had been toting as their flagship. The R3 came out and they said, no, we got something better.
Mm-hmm.
The R1. And then the R1 is the only one that got press. They had teaser videos. They did the whole Pelican case thing. They were like, it's coming. Even Peter McKinnon was like, made a whole video about, I'm waiting for the R1. And then when it came out, it felt like a flop only in the realm, if we just look at it in the box that is Canon, that cameras within its own ecosystem way overshadowed it. People are talking about the C400.
Mm-hmm. People
are talking about the C80. People are talking about the R5 Mark II. People are excited about the R6 Mark III, and it's not even here yet. But what we don't hear is this raving excitement around the R1 in a year when they had them at the actual Olympics, and they should have, this is the camera. This is the camera for the most important moments. It just didn't feel to me that it really stood on business like a flagship that had been touted and had been spoken so highly of should have been. So the only reason why for me it's the flop of the year is because of what Canon was doing, and where the expectations were and what Canon came out with this year, to come out with 5 other cameras this year that all are looking better than the one camera that you put at the top of the hill, it put it at the bottom of the hill. And as far as I'm concerned, that's why it's the flop of the year.
I disagree.
Of course you do.
Well, I think this is Brandon's way of giving brand of the year and then leveling the playing field.
I'm not. I'm being very transparent. That's my honest opinion. And
I believe you. I believe you.
And here's the thing.
You can't let a man get too high.
I don't think, look, I think it's, the reason why I think it's the flop of the year is because no one else could actually be at that high of a level. Sony didn't release anything that anybody was super excited about. Nikon came out with the Z6 III, although a great camera. No one was super excited about it. So the only way you can get to it is the contrast of expectation and then the lack of execution.
I can go with you.
That's why I say it's the flop.
I can go with you for a moment because I remember back in the day when we were reading the rumors, the rumor sites of quad pixel autofocus, 95 megapixels. Like, the expectations for this camera were so stinking high, and knowing Canon's track record, they don't mess with the pros.
Right.
Like, they're not going to create a camera that Olympic photographers or AP or whoever, you know, or Getty, they're not going to create a camera that they didn't explicitly want. And so I do think that due to the rumor mill, our show, other shows, just straight gassing the R1, you know, I do think that when it came out, maybe the expectations were super high. I just watched an R1 A12 video comparing the two cameras. Bro, the R1's blowing the A12 out. Not blowing it out. I'm just talking. It's not blowing them out. It's not. But the autofocus is better. Canon has taken over autofocus. Sony, we own you.
Oh my God.
We got some shares in Sony.
Look, I'm just saying I'm not saying that it's a bad camera.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying.
I see where you're coming from. It
is the flop of the year for me. Shout out to Cam Mackey with the super chat. He said $4.99 coming in. Says Canon gets flop of the decade. Shout out to you, Cam Mackey. All right. We throw confetti on that.
All right, Brandon. I'm gonna let you choose, bro. The little guy or the big guy?
Which one?
The big guy or the little guy?
Is the big guy the one that does this?
the real big guy or the smaller guy? The small guy's the
Oh, then let's go with the big guy.
Dude. Okay. I'm gonna preface this again.
I'm gonna put you on camera by yourself so you're alone on this.
I'm gonna preface this again, guys. Sony, I would love to go to Condo, so please don't don't roast me. There's two cameras to me, and let me set this up for you guys, okay? As a Canon user, when we went to NAB this year, the Burano won the camera of the year. Now, the Burano is, in all intents and purposes, an incredible camera. But when we brought Robert Machado on and he talked about the quirks of the camera and the cost of the camera, and when I read reviews about the camera, a great camera, not dogging it at all, it felt like the Burano got an incredible amount of hype. And when that C400 was just talked about, there were so many, it felt like Burano cancel buying C400 because the C400 had such similar specs to the Burano at a third of the cost. Now, obviously, not talking about glass and all sort of stuff. So I want to say this in a much more respectful manner than even Brandon was talking about the R1, because the Burano is, in all intents and purposes, a camera not for me. It's in that Raptor class of just expensive, not freelance. Obviously, maybe super duper freelancers doing that, like a Robert Machado. But I will say, for me, with all of the hype surrounding the Burano at the beginning of the year, it died off. I don't think anybody can debate that. Like, it was like Sony's brand new deal, and then Sony went mad quiet for the rest of the year. Obviously releasing the A9 III, which was my runner-up to flop of the year. Not because it's a bad camera, but because it's probably $3,000 too much. Like, if it was $3,500, it probably would have been the camera of the year.
Yeah.
But at its price and being so close to even the flagship cost, it's like, dang, ain't nobody buying that camera. So, Sony, no hate. Would love to see you at Canon next year.
I think I gotta agree. What are you doing? Stop. We don't know. Put it away. Put it away.
I want a blanket, kind of. Sony.
Oh, speaking of Sony, first off, if Sony is in the chat still, thank you. They did send me a nice little Christmas package. You know what they sent me?
What's my address? 17271 Westlake Houston Parkway. JARRELLPEAK.
Is that the PO box? Look, real talk. They sent me a robe and they sent me a candle. Can you guess the title of the candle? Guess the name of the scent of the candle. It was called Late Night Edits. They know who they're giving the gifts to.
That's awesome.
All right. So those are our thoughts on the flop of the year. I'm gonna quickly hop into the chat.
Wow,
really quick.
go down really quick.
Oh yeah.
That's surprising.
What?
JR Media House says, I have one Burano that I rent out, and I have only had it in the shop for about 2 weeks this entire year. Maybe I'm out of touch.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
But that sounds like a lot of people are renting it and not buying it. I'm just saying. So, people need it.
Oh, thank you for reminding me that about the brand of the year.
Yeah.
Lensrental.com.
Oh my gosh.
They publish their top 20 most rented items. Items 1 through 8 were Canon. Okay. The 5D Mark IV old camera was being rented more than the Sony A7S III.
Fantastic. All right.
We the best music.
Oh my gosh. How do I turn your mic off? All right. You ready to keep the show moving forward? All right. First off, we want to say shout out to everybody who's been tuning in and rocking with us. You guys make this show what it is, and we really, really appreciate y'all. But we got some more categories because we do have to give the crown of Camera of the Year away. But before we do that, we got a few more categories. This one is Impact Move of the Year. Now, let me be very clear on how we came up with this category. A lot of stuff happens, whether it's cameras getting announced, news cycles, price drops. A lot of stuff happens in a year, and it's not always tailored to a piece of gear coming out. And so we wanted to have a category that was 100% dedicated to just not necessarily the thing, but something happening that got the entire industry talking. And so these are our nominees for biggest impact of the year. Here we go. Nikon buys red.
Great human.
Also, Blackmagic creates the Pixels. A big move this year. DJI's mirrorless rooms. And Lumix partners with Arri. Look, when it came to the moves of this year, it was a lot of stuff happening. Obviously, Nikon buying red. No one saw it coming except me. No one saw it coming. And it was earth-shattering. It sent red people into a frenzy. There were people trying to sell their reds. There were people who were like, oh, you shoot on red? Nah, ha, you now shoot Nikon.
People were pissed.
People were pissed.
People that had their camera gear already listed for a certain price were now higher than what you could buy it new.
Yes. So it was absolutely insane, Nikon buying red, and it sort of changed what we thought was going to happen. We also got Blackmagic finally listening to the people and releasing a box style camera, which, as far as I'm concerned, when it came to the Blackmagic ecosystem, the only real problem was the Ursas were too big and the pockets were not shaped in a very functional format, which meant that you had to rig it out like crazy and try to balance it, and it was just a whole deal. So Blackmagic finally listens to the people and gives us a box style camera, which I personally believe staples the future of what Blackmagic is going to do.
Oh my gosh.
They still have space to put ND filters in there. They now have the monitor. They are able to send that feed out over USB-C, which means they can still keep the SDI available.
Let them figure out autofocus, and Blackmagic will destroy everyone. You heard it here first.
So we got that, and of course, at that amazing Blackmagic price, we also finally got some information from what was the other one?
DJI mirrorless camera.
So we finally heard from some rumors. Nothing's official, and y'all know, as soon as I know, I'll probably leak it. But DJI, the rumors started popping out that DJI was coming out with a mirrorless camera. Now, we haven't seen anything yet this year, and I don't know anything. But what we do know is that when we made a video talking about it, that clip blew up. It was clear that people are excited and interested in a mirrorless camera from DJI. And what's also really interesting is that, like, DJI, this wouldn't be the most crazy thing for them because they already have the chicken cam. So we know that they know how to make a cinema camera body and put what we need in there.
Yep.
They have LiDAR built into that system. So if we're talking about decent autofocus, we got it. And then they have been killing it in every industry, choosing to jump into different industries, like making bikes or bike motors. And they're growing like crazy.
Drones.
So that was another huge element.
They're probably the only company. Now, other people are going to hate me saying this, but that is truly innovating. They're not like doing, like, what do they call it when you just like
lateral?
Update? Yeah,
like
you just
a lateral
make
move.
Yeah, you just make a lateral. Like, oh, we need to add in 6K, and it's just like, now we have a 6K camera. DJI feels like the chicken cam is one of those cameras that are like, no, we're doing something completely different. We don't have anybody that we have to worry about stepping on. There's no product that we have to worry about becoming obsolete. We're just going to put the best features in a camera. So, yeah, I'm excited for what DJI might do.
Yes.
Might do.
We don't know anything yet. And then, oh, man, I'm trying to think. What was the other one on the list?
Ari.
Oh, and then
and
Lumix. Sorry, Lumix gang. It's not. I swear that wasn't on purpose.
It's going to be a rough day, Lumix.
Lumix partners with Ari. Look, I'll be honest with you. Partnering for the GH7, I don't really care about that.
Yes.
It is the fact, though, that they are partnering together, which means if this partnership goes well, Ari's happy, Lumix is happy. And we could start getting that type of a partnership in future cameras, whether that is a, what is there, S5?
More Ari killers?
More Ari killers, full frame Ari killers, possibly. That would be very interesting to me. And to see them to continue to work together in a way where, like, one of the things we talked about earlier, Nikon buying Red, one of the interesting things is two big tech companies coming together. How are they going to innovate? And we're already hearing little rumors here and there about how they're going to innovate together. I would be very interested to see how Ari and Lumix continue to work together and innovate, because we all know Ari's not going to come out with an affordable camera for us.
Yes.
Like, for the people,
yes,
it ain't going to happen. But we might see them pass a little bit of that tech down to Lumix, and that would be the camera for the people. So
monopolies are bad. Partnerships are good.
Very, very similar. Now, before we announce who the winner of the Impact Move of the Year was, Marcus has a good point with this super chat that he has here. He says, 151 people watching and 38 likes. Come on, y'all.
Guys, do not forget, on this stream, we do this every Friday for y'all. Like, subscribe, hit that like button. It's only going to take you a second. It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
We appreciate it. It makes our day. After the stream, we literally go back through and we read every comment. We look at all the data, and it's almost like we get a chance to experience the show again for a second time. So super, super excited. But are we ready to announce who won Impact Move of the Year? You ready?
Who won?
You ready? You ready to see who won?
Mm-hmm.
You like that?
That's so good. Oh my goodness.
Look, when it comes to who crushed it this year, just from a movement standpoint, I couldn't see anybody else other than Nikon winning this. Don't get me wrong. The Pixis is a great move.
This was a tidal wave, though.
This was.
Nikon buying Red is going to change the landscape of Nikon.
Yes.
And the cinema industry.
Yes.
For years to come.
Yeah, and the truth is that we don't actually know what that impact is going to look like, but we know it's going to be massive. We're all hoping positive that something good's going to come out of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we don't truly know yet. But I do think that of all of the big moves that came this year, that is definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest, and it will definitely have the biggest impact going further.
I've already personally benefited.
Yes, because we don't know for sure if it was Red was already going to do this,
yes,
or if it was an assistance of Nikon. But a nice benefit that came out of it was just that Red cameras, including the Komodo and Komodo X, dropped in price.
Bro, when you pay the bills, you take all the credit. It might have been Red's idea, but it's Nikon's now.
All right. Now, this next category, we could not do without you guys. This next category is special. It's absolutely special.
This is my favorite category. Outside of Brand of the Year. Outside of... Yeah. It's my favorite.
Here we go. This is our nominees
for Comment of the Year.
R5.
Ha! Tua!
Panasonic TVs? Peter McKinnon?
Peter McKinnon loves us.
Cam and Kofi Super Chat Ballet. Now, look,
if you know, you know.
Some of y'all are probably seeing these nominees and are thinking, what is that? What is this? So let us break down these nominees for you.
If you do know, please vote right now. If you've been rocking with us, let us know what you felt like the best comment of the year.
Now, for those of y'all who don't know, the first comment we're talking about is that R5.
So if you guys do not remember, around the R5 Mark II launch, our good friend Gabriel, almost 20 days before the R5 Mark II was even supposed to ship, said, I got one. I physically have one. And there was quite a few of you in the chat that did not believe my man. I don't even know if Brandon believed him. Brandon was like, send me some pictures. And when I tell you the comment section that day had us rolling, we had so many different responses.
Yes. We also had an episode when we're trying to help y'all out for those of you guys who don't get those references. Because I saw the comment. Someone says, I don't get the references. Look, when we talk about the Panasonic TVs, we did an episode where for the entire episode, we went brand by brand. And we said, dear, insert brand name, this is what we want. And you psychopaths in the comments.
These were not our comments.
These were not our comments.
These were your comments.
You psychopaths went in on Lumix. And one of the best comments that came out of the Lumix section says, dear Panasonic, what is needed for you to win 2024 is to go back and make TVs. It still makes us laugh to this day. But we also found out through one of our other previous episodes that some would say he is the the godfather of this niche, the camera brand niche, the filmmaking tutorial niche. I think we all, if we're being honest, have to say we were inspired by him in some manner. Maybe you bought a 1DX Mark II.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. Maybe you shot that 120 FPS, that buttery.
Everything was in 120. Ate up the memory cards. But Mr. Peter McKinnon actually left a comment on one of our episodes where we were, ironically, talking about the Canon R1.
Yes.
After he released his video, basically saying, yo, Canon, you better bring it. And we did not hold back that episode.
That was probably one of the very few comments that we screenshotted.
It is.
Yes.
Because when we saw that Peter McKinnon not only commented on our video, because it's very easy to watch this show and never comment. We know that there are tons of people out there, big creators too, who watch and they never comment. They never engage because they don't want us to know.
We appreciate you, though.
We appreciate your views. But for Peter McKinnon to watch and not only comment, but to tell us that he appreciated the coverage and enjoyed the show, was definitely it was a landmark moment for us.
Yes, very cool. Dude, Peter McKinnon, shout out to you.
We know you were still watching.
We hope you're still watching.
But then we also had, if you saw the birthday episode, my birthday episode, the psychopath in the comments, Mr. Cam Mackey and Kofi Yaboya, they super chatted.
Brandon, can I do a little bit more setup?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
So for Brandon's birthday episode, his wife, which if you haven't seen it, you should go back and watch it. Brandon's wife gave me all the details.
Not details. Dirt, bro. It was dirt.
Left no stone unturned. And one of the things that she told me is from the age of, was it 4?
I'm not giving you any more information.
Like 4 to 8. We're just going, if he's not giving information, we're just going to make it up. 4 to 8, Brandon was in ballet. And so you guys in the chat were like, what do we got to do to get Brandon to do some ballet? And I think I might have thrown out like, I don't know, like 250. And then Brandon was like, no, we ain't dancing for 250. That's too low. And so he said, if Cam and Kofi give 250 each, we'll stand up and do some ballet.
And I'm a man of my word.
That was funny. That was good.
That was a great moment. I'll be honest with you. This is probably the hardest one that we had to pick from.
Yes.
Because all these moments were absolutely fire.
The funniest moments.
Insane. But there could only be one winner. And, well, this one just made me laugh. This is breaking news inside of the chat right now that I've got to just touch on because this doesn't make any sense. But somebody is claiming, Gabriel is claiming, I picked up my R5 Mark II yesterday. He says my resource got in a few early and I live hours away from them. Allegedly.
It fell off the FedEx truck.
Oh, man.
You got the R5 Mark II. Hey, send us some pictures, homie. Send us some pictures.
Yeah, hey, we need
some proof.
We need proof.
We need some proof.
I want
R5 Mark II. Oh my gosh, bro. That's wild.
Oh gosh. He got that R5 Mark II. Oh, it's like the best comment of all time.
Giovanni, comment of the year, my dude. That was so funny.
Bro, y'all literally make this show every single week. Also, shout out to Doc hitting us with the $2 super chat. He says he did ballet from 4 to 10.
No shame.
We good, fam. Look,
no shame.
I ain't got no shame about it, bro. I ain't got no shame.
Brandon dances.
Let me just chill out.
For the money.
I might have made more on this show dancing for the money than I ever made dancing professionally. That's not true.
I thought you were
But
going to
it's
say in the club.
Oh, bro. Oh, bro. I got some stories. I got some story. What is
that?
Oh my gosh.
Carlos.
Carlos starting. He's starting something.
Seeing Brandon Ballet.
He says, I got $50 on seeing Brandon's ballet before the
we're only $450 short.
Shut up. Shut up.
Does anybody want to see Brandon do ballet before 2024 is wrapped up?
Jarrell?
Are we making a moment?
Jarrell?
You did it once. We did it once.
We did do it once. Shout out to y'all. Y'all absolutely make these moments. Y'all make these moments what they are.
Giovanni, that was pure gold.
But Carlos did throw 50. Now the question is, do we dance for the 50 now?
Or
do we let it stack up?
Bands.
Yeah, he said bands to make her dance.
Bands. I kind of want to. Oh gosh. Well,
you guys know what you got to do.
You guys know what you got to do.
You guys know what you got to do.
We don't stand up and dance for anything less than 500. We don't stand up and we don't stand up in ballet for anything less than 500.
Cam's already been he's already been crazy once. He's good.
That's how Cam got banned the first time. Brandon didn't want to dance.
That was actually an accident, but that's funny.
Oh my god.
He says, I got S9 cash I can throw. Oh my gosh.
We believe you.
We believe you, Cam. Nobody's doubting you, Cam. All right? Nobody's doubting you. We're good. All right. Now, are you ready to move into our next? Oh my gosh. Hard to ignore that $50.
It's actually pretty easy for him to ignore. We're gonna Carlos is our boy. We got him.
We'll take care of you, Carlos.
We got you. We're just gonna see if the rest of that super chat
that ain't coming. But shout out to Giovanni, just became a member.
Yes.
Shout out to you, Giovanni.
Yes. Shout out to you.
Love it when y'all become a member. Absolutely makes this show what it is. All right, you ready? What?
Look at Doc.
What'd he say?
Reminds me of no more Ecam sponsorships unless it comes with dancing.
Oh my god. Y'all messing up my brand deals.
Hey, we'll dance for the brand deals.
Chill.
Let me look in the We dance for super chats. We'll dance for some brand deals.
Oh my god. All right, you want to turn up for Carlos right here?
Yes.
Let's turn up for Carlos. Hey, it's our birthday episode, so we turning up.
We're turning up
on his birthday episode. Uncensored, celebrating.
Hey.
1 year.
Carlos, not only a member, not only has the merch, but so kind to give $50. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Carlos.
Happy birthday, Uncensored.
Happy birthday to y'all. It's Uncensored.
He says, I am the brand. Doc is auditioning for 2025. Best comment of the year.
All right. Let's see. All right. Let's get into our next category.
Yes. There's only a few left.
Yes. There's only a few left. We're wrapping it up.
Only two?
3. 2 at the top and then the last one.
Oh, okay.
All right, we got 3 more. So let's hop into this next one. This one, pretty self-explanatory. So let's go ahead and hop into our nominees for Hollywood Cinema Camera of the Year. This is the camera we all want. The Red V Raptor X. The Moses. Painful word. Tony Grotto.
Sony's.
That Blackmagic Ursa Cine 17K. And the camera nobody can buy.
The
Alexa 265. Y'all, look, it is insane that in a year where it felt like everybody was racing to the bottom on price.
Yes.
We still got a pretty good amount of some high-end Hollywood cinema cameras.
Absolutely. kind of a surprise, but I mean, I feel like Red does this.
Yep.
And they do this with their cameras. They will do a send in upgrade.
Yes.
And they will give you a better camera than what you bought.
They will charge you for it too.
Yes. But I feel like when you buy a C70,
yeah,
you're going to get some firmware updates.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
You know, like, and not just with the C70, that applies to the FX6 and the 9. Like, that is your camera forever. I don't really know. Does anybody else, Brandon? Like, you send in your camera and then they give you a different sensor?
I mean,
give you more dynamic range?
I'm going to say I don't know if Ari does it, so I'm not going to speak on them.
Yeah.
But for the majority of the other brands, I don't. I literally think the answer is no, which is kind of crazy. I will say, as somebody who...
Scott would know. Scott, let us know.
I did buy the Raptor when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, in January, if you guys can believe it, the Raptor X did get announced and was released. And as a Raptor owner, for $5,000 more...
Yes.
Like, because like the Raptor came out at 25 and then the Raptor X is at 30. You basically, for $5,000, you got a global shutter.
15 more stops of dynamic range?
Not 15. But you do get the extended highlight mode, which does give you more dynamic range in your highlights.
Yes.
And then you get all the other benefits of having a global shutter. And so the fact that Red did give you the upgrade process to be able to send your Raptor in and actually upgrade it, to me was obviously a pretty big deal.
Yes.
And it didn't mean that I had to sell my camera and try to get another one. So
Yes.
I did upgrade my Raptor to a Raptor X.
Yes.
But that's not the only camera that came out. We also did get Blackmagic's Ursa Cine 17K.
Now they're not shipping, right?
Not the 17K, but the 12K is.
Yeah.
But what I thought was really interesting about the Blackmagic was I personally had thought that the Blackmagic 12K, like the original one, came, flopped, and they were going to run away from it. Just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But this year, they stood on business, and it actually makes a lot of sense because when you look at the Ursa Cine lineup, you have the 12K, you have the 17K, and then you've got that new dual lens for Apple VR or immersive video camera. And so it was very clear that Blackmagic was like, no, we're not over large format. We're not running away from high resolution. We're actually going to double down and we're going to continue to come out with cameras for the right creators. And it doesn't mean that we have to market it and ship it out to the masses. It's for a very select group of people. We have a Pixis for one group, and we have our Ursa Cine for another group, and I think that's really cool of them. But also, we got the camera that you talked about that was on your list for flop of the year, so I'm going to guess it did not win this category.
Well, no, in the hearts and minds of the people that vote at NAB that have a lot more money and a lot more probably experience than me, the Burano has won camera of the year for NAB.
Before anybody else really came out.
Yes.
And then, of course, we can't talk about Hollywood camera of the year without talking about Ari, and that is the 265. Now, just like the Ursa, 265, rent only.
Yes.
So you can't buy this camera, but I will say from an engineering standpoint, it is clearly a marvel when you look at the original 65 and you can see how they took something that was literally a briefcase of a camera and put it into a body that literally fits in your hand.
Isn't it a third of the weight?
It's a third of the weight.
It's
it
wild.
Feels like a third of like the overall like area mass as well.
Yeah.
And so it definitely looks to me to be like one of the go-to cameras for Hollywood. Some of our
Hollywood's
favorite
new crash cam.
I don't know about all that. It's still expensive and it's rental only. You better have some real good insurance. It's one of those situations where if you can't buy it, it's because nobody can afford it.
They said it in the chat. I don't know if y'all been watching Beast games, but bro, he used I don't remember the numbers, but like over 100 Ari cameras.
Yes. He has the record for the most ever used.
I don't think he was using the 265s, but
no, yeah. But so I think some of our favorite movies in the future are going to be shot on this 265, and it's going to be a very interesting camera going forward. But Are we
There
ready?
can only be one.
There can only be one winner. And needless to say,
Y'all know what show this is.
we be biased, bro. We be biased. Look, it's not just a bias thing. I'll be honest with you. It is, as far as I'm concerned, that dynamic range with the extended highlights,
Yes.
the global shutter,
Frame rates.
resolution.
It's obviously better than the Burano.
It's
Cost the same.
Yes.
Or very close.
Very close.
I
I think the value of the Blackmagic is great, but it's not moving in the same way. And then when it comes to the
it doesn't
RE,
have the brand appeal.
when it comes, well, I don't even necessarily care about. I mean, I do care about the brand. I do
Yeah.
love Red Brand, but when I was looking at it for this category, for me, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
The Raptor X.
You
Clear
can
as
buy
day.
it. You can be an owner operator.
Yeah, Scott said it,
Yes.
and if Scott says it, then we all know that it's
then
true.
it's true. He might be
X,
biased
hands
too,
down.
but
He might be, but
this is a red sorority.
you know what company we keep.
Fraternity. What is it? Fraternity or
I think
sorority?
yeah, a sorority
Yeah,
is
we-
girls.
Yeah. Well, Gary, we're at, what's the mixture?
I don't think there is one.
We're a society. We're a red society.
Uncensored gang in the building. All right, you ready? Let's hop into the next category because we're running out of time, bro.
Yes.
Our next category is the one that most of you guys are probably the most familiar with. And that is our hybrid camera of the year.
And the nominees are that R5 Hot Tour, the Canon Z6 III.
What are you doing? That's Nikon.
Oh, I don't know.
Sony A9 III. This man can't read. And the Canon R1. This man.
We
This
the
man.
best music. And another one. We saw that comment.
Look, I gotta say, when it comes to the hybrid camera of the year, the honest truth is that these next two categories are the ones we fought over the most.
Yes.
We spent the most amount of time going back and forth.
Mhm.
When it came to the hybrid camera of the year, I think what caused us to kind of go back and forth the most was just trying to figure out what makes it the hybrid camera.
Yeah.
Because with hybrid, it's got to be good at photo, it's got to be good at video, and it's got to be a good value to do both. Because you're buying one camera to handle the job of two, which means
Yes.
value becomes a big part of this. Now, because we're running out of time and the show's going way over, I don't want to waste any time and tease them because we got some other things we need to announce, and everybody's waiting for the Camera of the Year award.
Yes.
So, do we want to just let them know who the hybrid Camera of the Year is?
Sure. That's fair.
Oh, that's all you got?
That's fair.
Look, when it comes to a hybrid camera,
Dude, that camera is $2,200, does 6K 60, all versions of ProRes and RAW and
ProRes
all the
RAW,
stuff.
it's got a partial stack sensor. When it comes to being a hybrid, something that can handle both photo and video, I got to be real with you. I personally feel like on that list is the one that hits. Now, I'm not saying it's the best camera on that list.
we about to find out.
We are about to find out, but it definitely is punching above its weight class.
Yeah, no one no one is touching the Z6 III this year. Specs and price point.
Not one.
No one comes close.
Not even.
Canon had to respond in 2025 with the R6 Mark III,
Yeah.
but there is no one full frame. Yeah, I don't have to repeat the specs. No one's coming close.
Well, here we go. We are just about ready to hop into the Camera of the Year, but we do have some bittersweet news.
Ooh, we hitting them with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's time to let you guys know just a little bit of updates when it comes to the show. And we put this towards the end of the show because our real ones rock with us.
Yes.
So, as you guys know, today we are celebrating our 1 year of doing the show. And we have had a blast working with you guys every single week.
We are not breaking up with you, so chill.
Me and Jarrell are just gonna go separate. No, I'm just kidding. No, what we're doing is, as you guys see this set, if you guys go back and you guys kind of saw it in the R5 Haktua clip, this set has changed a lot. I mean, now we have lighting effects, we have graphics, and we've changed this show. Like, do you remember like when we first started?
Dude.
I was like sitting over here.
Yes.
The camera was on me. You were like weirdly in the background.
In the background, yeah.
It was a super weird setup. But what we want to do next is drastically change the set.
Yes.
There's a few extra little nuggets I want to make, some technical changes that need to happen. And for that, I need a little bit of time.
Yes.
So we are super excited to announce that on January 31st, we will be celebrating Uncensored
Yes.
Season 2.
So what that practically means is this is the last episode until January 31st.
That will be live.
Live. Now, we know that there are podcasts that say, hey, we're going on a little break. And then it's just like they don't give a date. And so it's like one of those things where it's like, are you really just going on a break? And how long is this break? And when can we expect it? We will be starting season 2 on January 31st.
Yes. Now, a few little bits of information there. 1, to our members.
Yes.
First off, we love y'all. We absolutely love y'all. And we plan throughout the break to continue to go live to our actual members.
Yes.
Because as a member, we're hoping you're going to understand that when we're live, we're going to be under construction.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be very construction. It's going to be very dialed when it comes to, like, the lighting may not be perfect. The cameras may not be exactly the same. So a few things you can expect. First off, starting after the new year, on Wednesdays at 10 a.m., we will have a members-only live stream where we're going to be hanging out with our members. So if you haven't become a member yet, this is definitely the time to do it. But also, this is going to be the break that allows us to really elevate certain elements of this show. So like we said, we're coming back January 31st.
But we are not going to, like, we love y'all. And even thinking about taking off 4 weeks, we were thinking there's no way that we can leave y'all with nothing.
Right.
And so we're not leaving y'all with nothing on Fridays.
Yeah. So every single Friday, same time, 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, we are still going to be releasing a pre-recorded episode. And what's also really sick about this pre-recorded episode is you're going to see guests who have never been on this show before popping up in these episodes. And we're going to premiere them so that way we can still hang out live. You'll be able to spend time. These episodes are still pretty long, so you guys will be able to hang out. It's just sort of like a podcast. We're going to be live. We're going to be in the chat. Jarrell will be in the chat. I'll be in the chat. And it's going to be a great time for us to really elevate what Uncensored can really be. And if you guys like what we've done so far with the videos, the graphics, the super chat sound effects, the emojis, all these things, just some, like, that's what I can do
Just
in like
wait.
1 or 2 days.
Just wait for season 2.
It's gonna be insane.
Season 2. Now, just so it's clear, we are going to be hanging out with members on Wednesdays, okay? So of leading up in the break. So as we're in the construction of the new set and all that sort of stuff, we will be hanging out. So if you're like real sad, become a member. And
Yeah.
in fact, I think we have a membership video.
Oh, we do have a membership video. Let me, this is a terrible video. Okay,
All right.
I'm ready.
All right.
What's good, Creative Fam? Why are you so close?
Why are you looking for the monitor?
I don't. Can't stop. Hey, what's good, Creative Fam?
What's up?
Hey,
I'm still just looking at the monitor. We got something to launch today.
yep.
Membership.
I was gonna say that.
Oh.
Do it again.
We're launching membership.
No, I'm supposed to say
We're launching.
membership. Okay, wait. How long is this video?
Oh, I don't know.
30 seconds?
No, I don't know. How long are they gonna watch a "please give us money" video?
Look, we are so excited about these memberships because we actually came out with 3 different tiers. That way you can figure out whichever one is best for you.
Absolutely. The first one is lights.
But you gotta say all of them together because they only make sense.
Camera. Action.
Why should they join the membership?
Why should you join the membership? Oh, you shouldn't. I mean, I don't know. Do whatever you want.
On the first tier, lights.
You get emojis.
And you get loyalty badges.
So every time you comment, people know how long you've been a member.
Exactly. And we have special emojis that only members can use. So if you use them, you'll be able to represent whether you are a Canon fan people, Lumix gang, Sony gang. You'll let the people know.
And you'll also get a shout out on the live stream.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The next tier is actually called camera. And this is where you actually unlock a little bit more. So first, you're gonna get discounts on merch. So this merch, as my kids call it, the drip,
Yes.
the youths.
The Future College Fund.
Yes, my youths call this drippy right here. So you get discounts on this, and you also are gonna get a special shout out when you comment. We're gonna be able to acknowledge that on the live stream.
And sometimes we do membership live private streams that are totally normal, not weird. You get to be a part of it. What is it? Lights, camera, action. What do they get with action?
Okay. With action, you get access to our monthly coaching live streams. These are totally different than the other live streams we do.
What do you get live streams? What do you get live streams? What do I get for free? Live streams. If it's for you, sign up.
Yep. And if you're not, keep hanging out with us on Fridays. We still love hanging out with you. Did we do it?
I think so.
Awesome. Somewhere in there, just edit.
JR Media. Dang, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, bro. DJI mics for sure. Yeah, it seems like in the chat, y'all were very confused about the wireless microphones that Shure has put out.
Yeah. What? Don't just be lying.
Nah,
You know what I'm loving in the chat right now?
Nah, we had them hooked up.
They trying, bro.
They are trying.
They are trying.
They are trying.
They are trying.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
So what are we at now?
We're at 120.
Oh, they're
125.
far. They're so far.
Yo, they are definitely.
Dude, Cam Mackey is gonna, as soon as the camera of the year, as soon as his disappointment, he's gonna make us dance. Well, hey, thank you guys so much for all of our, bro. We had 52 members.
Yeah.
Before today's episode, and we had a few people sign up today.
Yeah.
We cannot wait to hang out with you guys, show you behind the scenes of the new set and like just what we're thinking about how we're building out the new show. So we cannot wait to hang out with you guys in the month of January. And for the rest of the Uncensored fam, man, we are so excited for season 2.
Season 2 is going to be big.
It's going to be legit.
Yeah. And if you guys thought what we've done in the last few weeks has been crazy, just wait. I mean, you guys saw the guests we had on last week. Y'all saw the giveaways we did last week. And we've been doing big shows throughout the course, but we're ready to really just level up. Like,
yes.
Season 1 of Uncensored was kind of like a playing ground.
Yes.
We're learning, figuring out streaming systems. And we know we made that switch over to Ecam, which was a big one for us. So we're going to take everything we learned this year, and we're going to apply it to season 2, and it's going to be groundbreaking.
We just got a new member.
We just got a new member. Shout out to Doc.
And the only.
Doc Rock just became a member of the stream. Shout out to you, brother. Oh, my gosh. What are you doing, Gary?
Dancing tips for the future. What are we at? Like ones? What is that? Euros?
That's 2. I don't know. I'm losing track.
Gary, where are you from, Gary?
Gary, where you at? Let us know.
That looks like euros. I don't know.
JR says, welcome, Doc. Welcome to the fam from Doc. He says, from Doc. not Ecam. Blurring the lines a bit. Look, shout out to you, Doc. I appreciate you supporting the channel, and we absolutely love it. So thank you so much. Shout out to you as well, Gary. I haven't started this dancing because I got a feeling we're getting close.
We're getting close.
We're getting very, very close.
Oh my
Doc,
goodness. And he gifted 5 memberships.
gifting out 5
Oh my
memberships.
gosh.
Shout out.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So generous.
Y'all clearly don't want this break. We love it. I appreciate y'all having the raw energy to keep rocking with us every single week.
All
So
right.
shout out to you, Doc. Doc just put out those gifts for y'all. So appreciate that, Doc.
Seriously. All right. Well, it is time for I'm itching, bro.
I know you are.
I'm itching, bro. It is time for Camera of the Year.
And the nominees are Camera of the Year, the Blackmagic Pixis, the Canon C80, the Canon R5 Mark II, and the Nikon Z6 III. Look, I gotta say,
This was a battle.
this was, first off, I think the first battle was who gets nominated.
Yes.
The list was 8.
There's so many cameras.
There's so many cameras this year.
So many cameras.
And everybody fought in their own way. Everybody had a reason to be on the list,
Absolutely.
rightfully so.
Mhm.
I mean, we talked about them. We had almost all those cameras and many more in thumbnails because we thought they were worthy of full episode discussions. So it was very clear to us that, yeah, we needed a camera that, how do we put this, like, that really stood above and beyond anybody else this year.
Bro, Roving Earth said, y'all hating. Y'all didn't put that Ari killer on there, that G7. Man, get out of here. With much love, Roving Earth. Bruh. Roving Earth with much love. You know Uncensored, bro.
We don't shy.
We don't.
We don't shy away, bro.
Gary's from the Netherlands. Let's go.
Shout out to you, Gary. But yeah, it was really tough to pick it out. Now, before we announce who the winner was, shout out to Cam Mackey.
Shout out to y'all are so generous.
Cam Mackey. I almost said
He said that sham. He said that sham Mackie. You might have a new nickname, dog. Sham Mackie.
Shill Mackey gifting out 5 members. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know how that works.
Dude,
that is a
the way that
100% y'all situation.
The way that y'all found that feature, I mean, does YouTube like say give people memberships?
I don't know how it works.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't really know how it works. I don't know how you guys gift memberships or how you guys even accept them, but shout out to y'all. Y'all are literally the best. Still Mackey. No, it's absolutely crazy. Like every week, I'm always like just like flabbergasted by how amazing this community is, how you guys pull together. You guys are constantly giving out stuff, so shout out to y'all.
Man, Doc went that deep dive.
What'd he say?
He says, Reverend JP passing the plate. He did that deep dive on me.
Oh, man. So let's get to the camera of the year. Let's talk about the nominees.
Yes.
So when it came to these nominees, I'm just, instead of trying to say why somebody didn't make it, I just want to focus on the 4 that did make it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's impossible to talk about 2024 Camera of the Year without talking about the impact of the Pixis.
Dude, huge waves.
Huge waves.
Huge, like, it dominated a few news cycles.
Yes. I mean, when you talk about price point, you talk about specs, you talk about image quality, especially once we got it out in the hands. If you guys haven't seen Cam's videos on them, you guys can easily see the quality and like what this camera is doing. And even Brady Bissett, somebody who I personally look up to as not only just like a friend, but I look up to as a DP and as an amazing creator, he said it's the Ari for everybody. And I think I know we joke around about the Lumix stuff. We're like, this is the Ari killer.
Yeah.
But for someone to say like, this is the Ari for everybody, I think that speaks volumes to what this camera can do.
Super versatile, so many different mounts. Like, honestly, I'm sure bad footage exists.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's a surgeon when they use this camera. This tool is not going to make you better. But I honestly haven't seen bad footage off the Pixis. Like, I've seen only incredible looking footage. I'm not 100% sold that it's not the same sensor. They said they did some tweaks, but it looks great.
Now, Big Cook, I see you entered the chat.
Big Cook, have you been here all?
I think he might have missed when we were talking about him earlier.
Big Cook, man, I want to let you know I saw your video, and it's a sad day for Lumix. It's a sad they lost a real one.
They did.
They lost a real one.
They did.
Now, I'm a little mad at you, Big Cook, because the way that you ended the video, like, and I'm going to, it better be Canon. I have a feeling it's Sony though. Sony be sucking them in, bro.
Sony. He's been with Sony before, so
Sony be sucking them in, bro.
What is that? I've never seen that before. It says
Super chat $9. So we want to know, Big Cook. We want to know what you went to.
$25.
Unless you're waiting.
Also 50 to the ballet fund. Dude, y'all are crazy.
He super chatted $10, and he's also letting us know how much money was gifted in super chats.
Oh, no. What he's saying
in memberships.
In memberships. Oh, wow. Dude, y'all are literally trying to get us to do ballet before we end the show.
But nah, Cam Mackey, you better hush up. Ain't nobody hating on Big Cook.
Bro, run the tape back, Cam Mackey.
He can go back and watch.
This is live, but it's recorded, so don't get it twisted. Sham Mackey. Sham Mackey.
Hey, you better stop talking before he donates $400.
He ain't doing that. All right. And then we also have on this list the Canon C80 for camera of the year. And I got to be honest, out of all the Canon cameras that came out this year, this is the one that I was the most surprised by.
Yes.
Because of what they did. I was expecting a C70 Mark II.
Yes.
And for them
crop
to say,
sensor.
Yeah, crop sensor.
Same DGO sensor.
Yeah, but to see them come out with the C80 to give us an SDI port.
Before the C400 came out.
No. After.
No. I'm saying, like, they gave us the C80. Like, they announced the C400 and then announced the C80.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, because it was almost like a cancel your C400 orders. Go buy the C80 as quickly as you possibly can. So it is. What?
Cam is speaking poorly on my name.
Oh my god.
Where's that Nikon at, Cam? Where's that Z8?
This man ain't sending you squat, bro.
He can run it back. Me and Big Cook are cool.
But
he just talking.
But what was also really neat was that Canon, obviously we know, they already won brand of the year because they did drop more cameras. They also gave us the R5 Hawk Tua.
Yes.
This year.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I've seen the images. I've seen the videos.
It's in my hand. It was in my hands.
It is a specimen.
It is, seriously. Like, this is like now, obviously, let's back up a few years because it's probably a little bit different in 2024. But if aliens came to the world in 2018 and said, we need one basketball player to represent all of humanity, we're picking LeBron James. We're picking LeBron James.
I thought you were making a Space Jam.
No, I know. I'm just saying. The R5 Mark II is that kind of specimen. You might not like it because it doesn't have enough character. It doesn't have enough character. It's a catch-up, blah, blah, blah. But pound for pound, specimen. LeBron James.
Oh my God, this man.
LeBron James.
Nikon also came out with the Z6 III this year, which, as we say, won hybrid camera of the year.
Yes.
pound for pound, dollar for dollar,
Light heavyweight champion of the world.
it definitely, as far as I'm concerned, 6K, partial stack sensor, raw, ProRes raw, ProRes, H.265, H.264. You want the codecs? You got the codecs.
You got the codecs.
This is a camera that, as far as I am concerned, it's the only camera that, if I'm being honest, I think that the Canon R6 might have been ready, and they were like, let's give it some time
Yeah.
because we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the camera of the year, y'all arguing about basketball stuff now. This man.
You know what it had to be. You knew. You in your heart knew what it had to be. Sorry if you had headphones in. But you knew what it had to be. Take that, Cam Maggie.
Look. I'm gonna speak first, and then I'll let you make the acceptance speak for the year. Y'all know, I'm not Canon biased. I do own a lot of Canon cameras.
He owns a lot of Canon cameras and lenses.
But I'm not Canon biased. Canon is more of it is a solution to a problem for me. That's it. So I had to honestly pull Jarrell back and really
I don't know if they agree.
pull this man back
I don't know
to
if they
figure
agree.
out why he was voting for the R5 Mark II. And honestly, I was really more so thinking that his vote was going to go to the C80. But I have to say, when you look at specs, when you look at the capability, and I know I told y'all at the beginning of the show, y'all not going to like some of the things y'all hear today. It's clear to me that I'm sorry, but for Uncensored Podcast, and I might let y'all down this year, the camera of the year for the Uncensored Podcast is the R5 Hawk Tour.
So they obviously don't agree. See, this is what y'all don't understand about me being a freelance small video production owner that are accusing me of shilling, of taking money from Canon. Let me, can you go to my camera? You guys don't understand. I would gladly accept money from Canon. They do not pay me, but I would gladly accept. This is my heartfelt feelings, bro. I will say this to you guys. If you guys have not had that camera in your hands, if you have not shot with it, if you have just looked at YouTube videos, there's something you're missing out on. There's something missing out on. That camera is by far, when I look at costs, when I look at features, when I look at all of its offerings, this camera does it all. So that's, for me, the reason why it's camera of the year.
But are you ready for something else?
What's that?
We're
Are you gonna like?
We're gonna upstage you real quick.
Are you gonna upstage me?
Yes,
Oh my
because
gosh.
we have breaking news in the form of a super chat. Mr. Big Cook himself has officially announced where he is moving to in 2025.
That's an exclusive. Thank you, because you didn't have to do that.
You did not have to do that, Big Cook, and we appreciate it. Big Cook is officially taking his talents to South Beach with a Z8.
Hey, the big three. Let's go.
Look,
hey, seriously, the Nikon Z8, fire camera.
if it really
Fire.
was like, and again, just so y'all know, we picked cameras that came out this year. I'll be honest, if the Z8 could be on that list, I still think the Z8 gives the R5 Mark II a run for its money, and it's over a year old.
I agree. I'm still going with the R5 Mark II, but the Z8 and the Z9, for that matter, have been respectively reigning on top for a very long time. Hey, look at that. Sade, you don't even realize, dog, we've been going 15, 20 minutes late just so you could show up.
Dude, we're 30 minutes over. We're talking about 15, 20. We are 30 minutes over. Look, y'all.
Hey, to catch you up, Sade, Canon brand of the year, Canon camera of the year. What else did we win?
Nothing.
Hey, that's it. That's all we needed. Ain't nobody care about best score of the year. We care about the best movie of the year.
Oh my gosh, you're ridiculous. Well, you kind of won R5 Haktua. So
yes,
I'll give
and
you
we
that.
won the thank you, Giovanni.
Look, we have got to say, because we have definitely gone way over on time, you guys literally have made this the best year on YouTube for me I've ever had. And I have been on YouTube for 6+ years.
Yeah.
This show, this YouTube channel, which is only like 6 months old, but the show is a year old, but we transitioned to this channel 6 months ago. This channel has become my favorite channel of the two. It is you guys are easily the best community we've ever had. It has been Ron says that's the flop of the year.
No,
Look.
JR Media reminded me of something else Canon won, thanks to Brandon.
Yes, they did.
Also won
flop
of the year,
You
but that's
did.
not so much.
Canon R1 won my flop
Where
of the
is
year.
Kenneth, man?
Kenneth ain't here.
Where
Kenneth
you
ain't
at,
here.
dog?
Kenneth ain't here. Look, we absolutely love rocking with you guys. You guys make this show what it is. We could not do this show without you guys. We wouldn't want to do this show without you guys. And for y'all who are tuning in a little bit late, season 2 coming January 31st. It is going to be an amazing season premiere. And this has been an amazing season finale. I honestly could not have asked for a better group of people to do this show with. Someone says, so we got $250 for the valet. What we doing, Jarrell? I think there's only one way to end season 1.
Are we gonna do it for the people?
We're gonna do it for. I don't even know what the number is, but I don't care because y'all do so much for us. A little ballet is the least we could do for you.
Hey, so check this out. Before we dance y'all out,
yeah.
Remember, put it on your calendars. January 31st is the new season of Uncensored 2. And we want to make sure y'all show up every Friday in January because we're still going to be doing the live show. And members, we cannot wait to see y'all on Wednesdays.
Yes. Y'all gave out so many memberships. I'm not even sure who all the different members are. So we're definitely excited. So one thing, if you are now a member because you were gifted a membership, go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you go underneath the community tab. And then there is a members only area. We're going to make a post here in the next few days. So that way we can just acknowledge all the new amazing members that have joined the stream. We can't wait to hang out with you guys throughout the month of January. This is going to be an insane time, and we're super excited about it. You guys literally make my week every single week. Jarrell,
I love that we left them on a feel bad moment. I feel good that you feel bad, Evan.
y'all, I fought hard. I'm not gonna lie. I
feel
fought
good
hard.
that you feel bad.
This man.
Especially if we're gonna dance for y'all.
Hey, we're dancing.
Cam Mackey, we need you to get out your iPhone because I'm sure you're an iPhone user. And we need you to set up a little camera of you twerking, and we need you to send that in for the premiere episode of season 2.
Season 2, Uncensored, coming out January 31st.
Did I got enough?
I think we got enough slack. Get it. We ain't even switching no cameras on this one.
Nope.
We just going.
This is for you, Gary.
Hey, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Season 1, Uncensored.
For you.
Hit that ballet.
My feet, bro. My feet.
You old.
I almost broke my toes.
You old. Hit that leaf. Hold on, I got that leap for him. Here we go. Watch out.
I got that leap for him.
What's that leap?
We'll see you guys for season 2, starting on January 31st.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it. I can't even hear the music. Hey, look,
my God.
we
Love you
y'all.
guys. Love you
Love
guys.
y'all so much. Y'all make this show what it is every single week. Dude, I could not imagine doing YouTube without this show. Get after it. Get after it. Y'all are so dope. Thank y'all so much. Worth every penny. I hope so, RJ. I hope so. I hope so. Hit that.
Hit it. Dude, I almost broke my toes for y'all.
Dude, I just kicked the crap out of my ankle. Oh, we old men.
Oh my God.
Black don't crack, but it ages. Oh. Shout out to y'all. We love hanging out with y'all every single week. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Jarrell, any last words?
Shwee!
Shwee! Catch y'all next week. Peace out.